What is row house? Maybe I can go to a rowing class and I'll love rowing. And that is exactly what happened. I did not drop down the membership. I went ahead and just quit the class. Welcome back to my channel, Desi Ventures. I am your host, you guessed it, Desi, and welcome back to another personal review video. Today we're going to be reviewing ROWHOUSE, which happens to be a rowing subscription class. It's a group fitness class that you can go to. I do believe it is very localized, but we're gonna get into my experience about taking this class. I decided to try this rowing class because I saw ROWHOUSE in this area that I like to go to often in my city, and I was like, I want to try that. I hate rowing. Maybe I can go to a rowing class and I'll love rowing. And that is exactly what happened. Oh my gosh, I fell in love with it. I went to my first class. It happened to be, I believe, what they called a power hour, and I absolutely loved it. So in this video, we're gonna go over one, what is, rowing class, what is ROWHOUSE, two, the pricing, do we think it's worth it, three, my experience, and four, am I still taking it? Like, what's going on? Do I still have my subscription? Did I cancel it? So let's get into this. What is ROWHOUSE? Like I mentioned before, ROWHOUSE is a rowing group fitness class that you can go to. My studio had around 20-ish rowing machines. It's a pretty nice studio. They've got this cool water machine. They've got, towels. You do some weights. The way that the classes are set up, you're on the rower for around 10 minutes and you get off and you can do some floor work, core work, then you get back on the rowing machine. And based off the instructor, in my experience, that's how good your class is gonna be. So if your instructor is super hype and super talkative and super active about helping you row as a team, because that's kind of the experience that I got. You row as a team, they put your stats up there. For the team stats, that's the entire studio, not just like your own, which you can see. They also have lights that are in the room that go to the music. The music is normally like really good. So like for a group fitness class, I thought it was very entertaining music to row to. And all in all, my experience with the class was extremely good. I didn't have many bad experiences where I had any conflicts. But let's get into the pricing model. I went ahead and signed up for their like $100, and this will vary by studio, obviously, and what state you're in. But I signed up for their 8 classes per month, and I believe it was around $100 or $120, which I thought was pretty affordable. That put me around 2 classes per week, which I thought I could do. I couldn't maintain it at all. I was trying to do solid core unlimited. I was trying to run. At the time, I was thinking about running a whole marathon. And then I was trying to get back into weight training. It just wasn't going to work out. I don't know why I signed up for it, but I have a vlog of it that I will put somewhere up here of me actually attending the class, and I was gushing over about how much I loved it. Pricing, I definitely think the class is worth it. I think the subscription is worth it. I think they're priced very fairly comparatively to some other studios that are doing different things, but this is specific to rowing, so yes, I do think that the rowing class is worth it. My experience, I loved it. I hate rowing, just like in the gym. I hated rowing in CrossFit, but I loved rowing in this class. I thought there's one specific instructor that I absolutely loved, and I felt like she brought so much energy to the entire team or group that was like in your class, and she just made me so excited to row, to like I was pulling houses when I was rowing, okay? I just really enjoyed going to her classes, and I know the instructor, it's very instructor based when I say this, because I would go to someone else in the morning and she was just not bringing the same energy. She was not as talkative before class. I just didn't feel like going as hard when I was in her class because she wasn't really going hard for the group. Now, it was still a good and effective class, but I did start to experience a bit of shoulder and back issues, and this is from an injury that I had when I was doing CrossFit and Olympic weightlifting, and it really started to get irritated. I'm not saying this could happen with everyone, but if you've had a shoulder injury in the past, this rowing class or rowing classes in general may flare that up. And it was one of the reasons, spoiler alert, I had to cancel completely. I did not drop down the membership. I went ahead and just quit the class. I started to experience this shoulder pain on my third or fourth time going to class, and I was like, maybe I can work through it. I could not work through it. It was waking me up in the middle of the night. But when I tell you, if I were to base it off my experience, I would be there right now based off my experience if this injury was not flaring up again. Now, some of the things that I did not like about this class, there are some instructors, not all instructors are the same. Some instructors are gonna be really good, and I happened to have a really good instructor the first time I went. And then the second time I went, I didn't have that great of it. She's just not the same as her. She was not the same. She did not bring the same energy. She did not bring the same personality or personability when you walked in. It made me not want to take her class because I thought, okay, I'm getting a better experience. I'm rowing harder. I'm going harder in the other girl's class. I'll just try and find times where I can go to her class. Overall, would I say that ROWHOUSE is worth it? Yes. I would say ROWHOUSE is worth it, or a variation of rowing classes. You may not have ROWHOUSE, the actual studio, in your hometown. I would say it's great exercise, it's great cardio, it's low impact, which was a big deal for me. Very low impact. I'm not running, I'm not putting a ton of pressure on my knees, but it is very back focused. So if you've had an injury, and I'm talking about, you may not know, but if you like to get massages and it's like right there on the inner of your, of your shoulder blade, that might flare up on you, because it flared up on me and it was actually super painful and it was waking me up, and it was like a knot that we couldn't get with the massage gun. I tried getting massages, they couldn't get it out. It just was not worth it for me to continue on with the class. Plus, I could not maintain the 8 classes per month that I had purchased. When it comes to their cancellation policy, I did end up having to pay for a month and I didn't even go because you have to cancel 30 days in advance. Doesn't matter what you got going on. I had an injury, doesn't matter. That's just what the cancellation policy was. Because I think it's somewhat affordable, I was okay with it. Plus I was injured. I was like, I'm not even gonna fight for this, but I do think the classes are affordable and worth it. I do think the instructors are good and they bring a lot of energy, and I think it's a form of exercise that can be maintained for a subscription service, right? It's not something that's gonna completely wear you out, but it is something that you can become addicted to because you're getting that really, really nice workout, you're getting that sweat, and their app, which I didn't go over, their app is very nice. So you pick where you wanna sit, which rower you want to be on, how close you wanna be to the instructor, and it's got all of your rowing stats. When you get off the machine, it already syncs it up to your phone. So you can see how well you did in class. It's got your best overall rowing meter thing that you do. It's got all of your stats. And I thought that was really cool to see the progression, because it was something that I was tracking, oh, how good am I at rowing? I never really thought I was that good. Oh, well, check out my stats. I was rowing a 148, whatever that means. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I am doing more comparison videos on my channel, so I really hope you are enjoying them. I just did one on solid core, so if you haven't watched that, please go check it out. In the meantime, I will see you guys in the next video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below if you've taken this group fitness class, or recommend me some to go take, and I will review them for you. I will catch you guys in the next video.